Holy crap, bro. Another winning day of $1,000 and 106.30. That puts me at 3 winning days, and I'm eligible. My balance, in terms of balance, I'm at $4,650. So that's like damn near 21k. And with these other 2 winning days, I'm gonna have to make. The minimum is 150, so 300. So I'd be taking like an 11k payout, and I thought it was gonna be like, or not 11k, 10.5k, right? Unless I somehow win more than my balance is more than 5,000, but I'm gonna try to keep it, just quick and easy. Just take 2 winning days. But bro, this is pretty crazy. After coming back of yesterday's win, which was, how much was it, like 16k, right, across the 5 accounts. Today it's 5,000 across 5 accounts. Super solid. Super solid. I don't know. It feels pretty crazy, bro. Like, I want to just today. I know the job's obviously not finished. I have to have 2 more winning days, but I want to go and look back, because, like I said, I recorded everything. I'm going to show you guys. I recorded everything, things that weren't posted on YouTube. I have videos on my computer. I have videos on my phone where I'm talking to myself on the worst days of my life. Just tears, bro. I promise you, I have all those videos documented. Why? Because I knew shit like this would happen. I knew if I stuck to it, I'd have days like this, right? And like I said, job's not done. But as soon, as in God's timing, I'm somehow able to get that payout, that 10k month, or whatever, like the actual money. I can't wait to post those videos just to show you guys, so the people who are going through the same exact thing, the worst of the worst. I was right there as well. And this is not a while ago. This was 3, 4 months ago where I have these videos. Not even 4 months ago, like 2, 3 months ago, where I had these videos recorded on my laptop, on my phone, of me just crying and asking for help from nobody else but myself and God. Literally, bro. And hopefully it inspires a lot of people out there just to keep pushing and just keep showing up every single day, man. Because I really, really, really would not, like, this sounds so cliche, but seeing this on my screen just doesn't even feel real. I feel like I'm just inspiring myself as well, and I mean that's the epitome of life, bro. Just trial and error, and seeing somebody work so hard, not just me, but anybody doing anything, sports, academics, anything in life, just seeing someone go through everything and wanting something so bad, and them finally starting to see progress, it just warms my heart. I think that's the best thing about life. So yeah, hopefully we can keep going. And yeah, let's get into the trade recap. So like I said, today I took 3 trades. That's something that I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of, I usually just like to take 1, 2 trades, get on my day, right? Get on with my day. But today I took 3. However, the entire time I had a super good idea of what price I want to do. Like, I was damn near catching everything, or not everything. I don't want to say catching everything because I lost, but I kind of had an idea of what price I want to do for most of the period of the time. So that's how I caught shorts and longs today. So I'm gonna come in and tell you guys the first thing which made it a super high probability day for me in terms of longs was the fact that on the monthly we tapped perfectly into the CE of this wick. Right now, the constant quit encroachment is something that has helped me so much. Just, yes, I've taken 3 payouts, 2 payouts, 3 payouts so far. These past 2, 3 payouts I've taken just purely off of like ICT. I guess levels are also ICT, but just off of like the market maker model, unicorn model, market maker model. Sorry, I don't know why my voice is shaking. Somebody said in my last video, like, you could hear the adrenaline in my voice. Maybe it's the adrenaline. Maybe it is low key cold in my room too. So maybe that's my voice shaking. If y'all can hear my voice shaking, I apologize. I'm not no bitch or whatever. Like, I don't know why my voice is shaking, but yeah. Like I was saying, like the past 3 payouts I've been using market maker model, unicorn. Like, you guys know my strategy. I have my entire strategy posted on my YouTube, but I recently added, not recently, like 2, 3 weeks ago, I added levels, right? Because I mean, standard deviation levels, CE levels, those have all helped and made my trading game so much easier, bro. Literally so much easier. And the key thing is, has helped me risk so much less. Because usually my stop loss will be around 20 to 30 points, and now it doesn't need to be that much. It's usually now in the range of, like, now obviously this was the exception. This was like a textbook old, like, not old, but this was like a textbook like OG model trade that I took. But this trade, my stop loss was that big. Okay, I did not know my stop loss was that big. Okay, maybe it was that big. 38 points is pretty crazy, but New York can get kind of big. But this trade, I guess, Today was more of like the old, like you guys. Okay, a better example would be yesterday's trade and like like the past trades in the past week or two have all been off levels. And then these trades, I also use levels, right? But I guess I entered more off of like ICT entries, my old unicorn model entries. This one I entered unicorn, this one I entered unicorn, and then this one I lost, which I tried to enter off levels. But I mean, I guess take it how you wish. Both of these concepts work, and I kind of use both of them, and it's been a game changer for my trading. Um, but yeah, enough talking. Let's get into the analysis. So, like I said, on the monthly, we had just ticked our CE of the wick, so the equilibrium of just this wick. So if we draw that out, just to kind of help you guys understand, we draw out just the wick of the candle. Okay, just the wick, right? So for the high of the wick to the low of the wick, and where is the 50% mark? Right here. This green line is the 50% mark. What does the price do today on this month's candle? Boom, taps it literally perfectly. Not perfectly, but a little bit. It's a little bit lower. That's totally fine because we're not entering off the monthly. We're entering off a lower time frame. So that already happens. I'm like, okay, today I'm gonna be bullish. Like, it's bullish. It's such a high time frame move. We're tapping into the equilibrium of this. Such a high time frame move that even if we don't, pump all the way back up, this was still 130 points. So we're gonna get some sort of reaction off this. So immediately I'm bullish on the day. Daily, coming into the day, we were already dumping like London high. This is Asia highs, this yellow line, and this is London highs, this blue line, and we were already way past down that right before New York opened. So I'm like, okay, shorts, played out overnight. Hopefully, we get some sort of a retracement close to London highs. Asia has to stretch, maybe close to London highs, somewhere around that, because I feel it's really just unlikely that we just keep pumping down, especially after overnight. We just pump straight down as well. So hopefully we get some sort of a retracement during New York. And so daily, I was bullish as well. Now, obviously tomorrow I'm going to lean bearish because the daily candle finish is going to most likely finish bearish. Now the 4 hour, 4 hours where I kind of started implementing the 4 hour wick, the CE theory and the consequent encroachment on the 4 hour. I don't know why I have this here. So on the 4 hour, right? Okay, let's just get rid of all of this. I know it's super messy right now. Let's just try to remember. Okay, so where's the 6 a.m.? So 6 a.m. was here, right? Okay, so on the 4 hour, the first move, the first long, obviously, was gonna play out perfectly here as soon as 9:30 opens, right? Like I said, the monthly consequent encroachment, the 50% mark is right here. What do we do as soon as market opens? We dump to that exact point. To that exact point, we tap it, and then we just buy up. And that's the first buy up that I missed. I was in class. That's the first buy up that I missed. And that leaves a pretty strong wick on for the 6 a.m. when it closes. And I don't trade any time before the macro, so I don't take this because it's right out of market open. Now, I've taken trades out of the macro like as soon as market opens, but I'm pretty high up on my bounce right now. I don't want to take any risks. So I'm like, okay, I'll just miss this move, whatever, right? However, I'm still looking for a retrace back into this area. Why? Because let's go back to our levels, right? On the 4 hour, we leave a big ass wick, a big ass wick on the 4 hour, right? 4 hour, we mark out the high of the wick, the low of the wick, right? Now the equilibrium for that 4 hour, let's get rid of this too. Equilibrium on the 4 hour is right here, right now. Already at first glance, we kind of mitigate that equilibrium area, right? Like this becomes invalid because we kind of just blow through it. Obviously, the wick doesn't, tap the CE of this wick. However, if we go on a lower time frame, if we zoom in a little bit lower, we have, the thing about consequent encroachment and things like this is you can't just go off of a single level, right? The highest probability are going to be the ones that all align with one another. So yes, the 4 hour is here, right? The 4 hour CE of this wick is here, right? But where are all the other ones lying? Well, there's another wick here, right? At 9 a.m. where we made that move, right? There's another wick. There's another wick where the equilibrium of that wick is down below here. Now, if we go to 15-minute, is there anything else? Yes, there's another one. Another 15-minute wick that lines up around here. So that's super, super close to the 1 hour. So already those are two levels aligned with one another below that 4 hours. So this is more here. It's more probable for us to be in long, right? Because it's in more of a discount. So even though the 4 hour CE is above, we're going to see to get an entry below because we already have two levels aligning with one another and it's in a discount. So it makes it, more higher probability if we were to retrace back into that area. If we can find any more wicks here, let's see if we find any more of them. I mean, obviously, if we go into a lower time from like the 5 minute, another 5 minute wick here. Like it's there's a lot lining up, right? Maybe we already marked that one, but there's a lot of wicks. Like this is a key point of interest right here. Okay, this is a key point of interest. As soon as that move happens, I'm like, okay, I need price to dip at least below this 4 hour and see us hit, this level and see what we do here. See if we reject off of it. Okay. Now obviously you guys see I took a bullshit ass trade here. That's something that I messed up on because, like I said, I thought that price wouldn't retrace all the way back down here. I thought that was a little bit too ambitious because it was so much in discount, and so I tried to take a long off of hitting that 4 hour CE. And then it was also within a 15-minute fair value gap, so I'm like, okay, maybe price will hold here. Obviously, it didn't, and then we just dumped straight down, and we hit that original level that I had, marked out. But this was a 9-point stop loss, like I said. So it was that's the good thing about trading levels. You don't have to have a huge stop loss. So that was a small loss after taking a pretty big one. So and then this trade. Now let's actually get into the trades after kind of giving you guys my market, environment context analysis. So that's what I was thinking about today. In simple terms, if you guys didn't understand it, marked out my levels, the CE. So I'm going to say CE has constant encroachment, right? Because I don't want to keep saying that. So I marked out my CE levels. I marked out my session high and lows, right? I marked out my Asia highs, my London lows. And then we didn't really have, London or Asia lows because we took that out overnight because we were just continuously selling. And then I also had conviction for us to head higher because we had dumped overnight. So I was basically looking for a retracement to take out internal buy side liquidity. So that's, my context for the market. And we missed the first move, right? However, it plays out exactly like I wanted to. Hit that monthly CE, buy up. Okay, boom. That's really good. That everything that I wanted to see happens. Now all I'm doing is I'm waiting for a retracement, right? Now while I wait for the retracement, the second macro comes, right? And I see a perfect opportunity for a market maker sell model into that area of interest that we have. And that's exactly when we put in an internal SMT here between ES and NQ. We inverse this for a value gap, and then that's when I enter off of the unicorn model. So we have a high, a low, higher high, and then we have a lower low, right? I entered a little bit before the unicorn model actually, presented itself because of the fact that I had conviction, and I just seen it happen over and over again. I don't know if you guys have watched that video, but I've told you guys that unicorn models 8+1 doesn't show up most of the time, like because once a unicorn model actually shows up, most of the times I found that the move has already finished, the move is already in motion. So it's a lot harder for you to get a good RR when you're trying to look for the perfect unicorn. So as soon as this fair value gap gets inversed off of a good looking candle here, I enter. The only thing here about this trade was I entered where you guys should know this by now, before 10:45, which is my macro time. So that's probably just one of the things that I gotta watch later on. But pretty clean trade for this as well. Like everything that I want to see happen. Buy up after this happened, that CE consolidation. I see a market maker sell model potentially. And then I go in for shorts. Why? Because I'm targeting this key area for today. That's going to be like the main move that I want to catch. And that's exactly what we do. We dump. I should have probably held this level a little bit more instead of trying to go for some dumb longs, but it's all good. So as soon as that happens, right, now I'm like, oh, okay. I just wait until we enter that key level, and I'm waiting for some structure to form. And what's pretty crazy is I thought we weren't going to see longs play out because of this low. Like if this low was taken out, we'd have to create even more structure. We'd have to wait a little bit longer, and we'd just have to create more lows. But what's crazy is this low actually doesn't end up getting taken. Yeah, I know. Like it looks like it got taken, but it just doesn't end up getting taken. And what do? We put in a 4-hour SMT here. Textbook. Literally textbook. What did I say in the morning? I called this out in the Discord. Like I call this out in the Discord as well. How about I want to see price lower and I want to look for longs today. I literally type out everything that I pretty much want to see for the day in my Discord. And it happened today. Like we come in to this key level that I was talking about because we have a lot of levels of line, right? And I guess if you want to say, no, not really. I wouldn't say the CE of this 1 minute wick was respected, but we end up not taking this low. This is our key levels here, right? Now, I didn't enter strictly off of levels for this one. Why? Because none of our levels were like respected to the tick, but this is where ICT, concept in my, model, my entry model helps, right? Now I'm just looking for ICT confluences like inverse fair value gaps, the unicorn model that I trade, and things like that, right? And we also have the SMT. So this is like a textbook trade I would have taken for sure. Like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, aligns perfectly with the model that I was trading like 3, 4 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Because guess what? We have the four things that I'm looking for. We have an SMT is the first one that I'm looking for. We have a market maker buy model now, right? Market maker sell model played out. Now we're looking for a market maker buy model, and my bias is bullish, so along aligns with the bias as well. So this was like the best trade I feel like I could have taken. The best trade, second best trade, obviously the worst trade that I took today. And so let's go through like why I kind of entered here, or why I entered where I entered. So like I was saying, SMT, market maker buy model, already two things checked off the list. Are we in a macro? Yes, we're in a macro as well. 12:11, so that's a lunch macro. 11:45 to 12:15. We're in the macro, and do we have a unicorn model? Yes, we do. We have a low, high, lower, low, higher, high. And guess what? Like I was saying, the same exact thing. Now, I keep it consistent, bro. Same exact thing I was saying. Unicorn model hasn't fully played out yet, right? Because this is the initial low, initial high, second lower low, and then this would have been the second higher high. And then I probably I would have entered if I was if I was trading what I was trading like 2 months ago. But I'm more confident in my model now. I'm more confident in my entries. I want more of an aggressive entry kind of model. And so as soon as we inverse this 1 minute gap here, that's when I enter. And then my stops are obviously at this low for 28 points. And this was like 4 points. I think I went in for not 4 points, 4 micros. Yeah, I went for 4 micros for this one. 120 point move. Or not. Whoa, no. This was, I remember it was at the CE of this 5 minute wick. So yeah, I guess like 117 point move. And yeah, and then this trade also hit for like, this trade was for like 900, and this trade was for 500, or like 700. I went for five contracts here, so like 700, and then I lost. What is it? I lost like, I don't know. I lost. I forgot how much I lost, but this one I took profit for 700, and this was for 900, and so I lost like 500 here. Yeah, I sized in pretty hard for this one, but like I said, my stop loss was 9 points, so everything was fine. But yeah. So as soon as it gets inversed, I enter and I just hold the trade, bro. There's not much else to the trade that I took. And yeah, now here I am. Like that's basically the entire thought process of what I was thinking for New York session. I was looking for longs, had a possibility for shorts, so I took shorts. And I was able to catch 2 wins and 1 loss today. Now the only thing is something that I definitely could have done better. You guys are probably thinking as well is too many trades. This obviously could have gone the wrong way. I obviously could have lost 3 trades today. I could have lost 2 trades today. And so I think something that'll help me is if I'm able to get this payout, let's say I'm able to get it, I feel like it'll help a lot with my psychology and just me taking better trades, especially this one. Like just mentally, I feel like I won't need to rush as much anymore. Obviously, I'm not trying to rush as well, but it's just human. I feel like it's just human nature. But you're 2 days away, 2 winning days away from 10-11K payout. Like it's super hard to not force things and to stay patient, which I'm doing well, a good job of, right? I could have just chased this move, or I could have just made an even more dumb trade. Like today's trades were solid. I walked you guys through everything. I told you guys, I feel like with pretty good reason as to why I took these trades that I took today. Only thing I probably forced was this one. But yeah, man, that was the trading day for today. Honestly, these next 2 days, I just want to take it easy. If you guys don't see the best trades in terms of PNL, yeah, like I was saying, I just want to secure my winning days and get out of here. And yeah, I can't wait to see if I'm able to get that payout. I have a lot of videos in plan if I'm able to get this payout, like just videos that'll help you guys if you guys are struggling, to show you guys that all this is truly possible. That's my main goal at the end of the day, is showing you guys how possible this really is. If you guys are new, there's a lot of new people. I love the support. Thank you guys so much. But if you guys are new, just do me a favor. Go back to the videos I made 10 months ago, 9 months ago. First video I ever named was Trading is Confusing. Started off just like you guys, and now I'm here because I showed up every single day and I actually put in work and I put in time to studying the concepts that I was learning on YouTube. Not just watching these concepts, not just, spending 30 minutes a day. I spent hours, day on end, sacrificing the entire year. Last year just wouldn't go out, and I would literally sacrifice my time just to study more concepts about trading. You can ask my friends in real life. I did not go out last year because I was too busy working on this. And so sacrifices are obviously going to be made, but those aren't going to go to waste, obviously, because I'm showing you guys in proof that the sacrifices I made are actually, you know, helping me out, right? So if you guys want to make that choice, make it. If you don't, it's up to you, bro. But yeah, I thank you guys for watching so much. Seriously, bro. And yeah, we have a lot of things in plan, bro. You guys are here early. We're only gonna continue to grow, and I love y'all genuinely. And Jesus love you too. Thank you guys so much. As always, have a very blessed rest of y'all's day. Stay safe and stay off the charts. And yeah, God bless. Take care.